Truss Rod Bent.
Hey everyone, welcome to a brief Wednesday evening live unboxing series. Hope everyone is well. Welcome to EVH Gear TV and the live unboxing series. It's going to be some fun. Junior here, which you can see just off to the back there.
Hello.
Hey man. Him and I and good friend Darren Moore from Michigan come over to Canada for the very first time today. It was very nice. So not only did he get to come and experience Canada for his very first time, took him up to the little bit of the northern part of Ontario, slightly northern Ontario. We went to Niagara Falls. And actually before we went to Niagara Falls, we stopped off in Thorold, Ontario, and we went to Mike's Music. Mike's Music is one of the sponsors here of EVH Gear TV, one of 3 sponsors, along with Rode Microphones and the Van Halen store. A few people jumping in the chat, I'll recognize and say hi to you guys as well, too. So we got Insomniac Matt, Poison Ivy Gross here, my beautiful better half, and Lick Max as well, says hellos. So we did a lot of cool things. So first of all, I brought home a guitar, which I'm going to be unboxing here momentarily, but one of the cool things you probably saw in the thumbnail, both myself, Darren, and Eric Jr. here, actually in reverse order. I think, was it you that played that guitar first?
Yes.
Eric, and then Darren, and then myself. We played the limited edition Frankie, which is in the thumbnail. Beautiful guitar. It was awesome to play that guitar, one of 300 in the world. And it was. What was your thoughts on playing that guitar?
I was scared to even touch it. That's for sure. The whammy bar was kind of it kind of had its little here's and there's a little bit. It was kind of a little bit hard to bend, but I like it like that.
Kind of set the way Eddie likes it, with a lot of play before it actually engages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really cool. It looked almost exact to the original.
It was nice. So yeah, you as an 11-year-old kid, he got to play the limited edition Frankie, which is really, really cool for a young kid. Actually, it's cool for an adult. It was great for me as well, and Darren really loved it. We're playing it through a 5150 212 combo, which was nice, so we felt kind of in our comfort zone. I got to say, first and foremost, a huge kudos, thank you, just respect and props to Mike Palermo at Mike's Music. Absolutely amazing gentleman, and a great musician, and a great business owner. I mean, he's got a great business there. Absolutely a fantastic guy. He was very cordial to myself, Eric Jr., and Darren, and then there was a few customers, regulars in the store as well. They just kind of hung out. We shot a really cool video there today. Going to be editing that down, not tonight because it's been a long drive. We've been on the highway for quite a few hours, and we're tired and a little sore and everything, but this is something we had to do right away. But we did a nice kind of video commercial shoot at the store, and playing some of the guitars and some nice photos and things like that as well too. And I know people are sitting there saying, okay, you got something to unbox, why don't you unbox it? And it's like 900 degrees in the studio right now too, which is, don't you feel that?
I mean, I can feel it, but I can kind of live with it as well, just for like 2 minutes.
I think it's because we're hot right now and excited about the guitar as well too. So I brought home a guitar as well too. No, it's not the limited edition Frankie because I didn't have the coin. I won't say how much that guitar is because I'll let Mike negotiate a price on that.
The thing is
don't say what this is.
I know, but I'm just gonna say right now the 30,000.
What the limited edition one?
Yeah. The thing about that one that one the Frankie has the blue and black. Mm-hmm. It kind of has stripes on it. Mm-hmm. And it's got kind of like blue, how it'd be red.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's kind of got that on it, and I think it just says Frankenstein on it as well.
Yeah. So here we go. We're going to jump into this. Before I do that, I'm just going to say hi to the other people that jumped into the chat as well too. Let me see here. It is saying hello. I've never seen that name before. Very cool. Priz46. Hey, Lick Max. Joe Cox jumping on. Say, hey, what's up? Lick Max says, yo, Steve. Steve Anderson, Prisman, and Mike himself saying hi, Eric and Junior. Everyone's saying hi to everyone else. Stummer VH says hi, Eric. Steve Anderson, Mr. Broadbent. My EVH 5150 guitar is number 20. Very, very cool. And speaking of serial numbers, we'll talk some serial numbers in a moment. Let me see here. Frank McNeil's joining says it's like handling the Stanley Cup. I believe that in a way. It certainly is. And for me, I like hockey, but I think it's even cooler than the Stanley Cup because to me, it's just awesome. It's Van Halen related.
Everyone put hashtag unbox it right now. So
there we go. We're going to get into it. It is, says, I'm new. Hello. Well, nice to have you here. I appreciate that. It's nice to have a new member in the chat. And it'd be nice to see you on future shows as well, too. Neil Banbury says, it's a telly, methinks. We saw a nice Charvel telly today with the Strat-style headstock. I forget the actual model of it with the Floyd Rose. That was nice.
Yeah, that was really nice. In some ways, I don't really think that I kind of like a Strat headstock. Mm-hmm. kind of like fits with a Telecaster, but in some ways it does.
But I like about it though, I agree with you on that, but I think what I like about it is because it's got the Floyd Rose on it, it's a completely different animal.
Yeah.
So it speaks for itself. But I get your point on that, and you're a real Tele purist, so
Yeah,
I can see
I
why
love
you
Teles.
like that. Sean Kern says, hey, Erics. Lewis E says, hello, Erics. And Frank McNeil does Erics. Hello, to Erics from Frank and Ella. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Steve Anderson, 4 thumbs up from me. Thank you so much. I'm going to highlight your comment there just so I can remember in case anyone pops down below. So we had a great day shooting. We had a great day. Darren got to see Niagara Falls, and I figured Niagara Falls was only 15 minutes away from where we were at the music store at Mike's Music. And when someone's coming from the United States to Canada for the first time, we're 15 minutes away from Niagara Falls. I had to take him. I said, Darren, I got a surprise for you. We took him there. We did not stay long, but we took some pictures along the falls, and we did some video, which is very cool. I don't want to say it was a romantic moment. Don't think that. Even though I know Niagara Falls is a romantic place. It's 3 dudes.
It is for some people.
It is for sure. It wasn't for us. We're just dudes, but we had fun. It was a bromance, I guess, all the way, right? Yeah. And we'll leave it with that. So Darren's on his way back to USA right now. So Darren, safe travels, and when you get back home, you'll be seeing the replay of this. Darren was a monster player today. That kid is an amazing guitar player, 20 years old. He was wailing here, amazing. And some of the footage of me today from the video, I'm probably going to leave out of me playing the Frankie because I didn't gravitate to the guitar right away. I'm going to be honest. And I'm very nervous playing in a music store, so that had a lot of factor on it as well too. I love the guitar. Don't get me wrong on that. But I was not at my best, and I don't like to deliver something that's not my best. Maybe there'll be some snippets that will make it, but there's some really cool stuff. I got some testimonials from customers there about Mike's Music as well too, so that's going to be great. I don't think the day could have been better. So enough talk from me. Let's jump into this box.
Yes.
Here we go. All right. I just got a text message from the Better Half. Cut away, Better Half's Poison Ivy. Cut away from you. Okay. Oh, I know what she's saying. Cut away instead of towards me, because I already got a scar from a burn. And I don't want a severed finger because I said to Darren today, I said, I'll take a burn any day of the week, but over severing a finger.
Yeah.
So I have to listen to Mom. So this is cutting towards me. Yeah. You have to cut away. All right. So we're going to cut away. All right. I'm getting right into this because... And
He's
Junior
excited.
here gets to be the first one to play it through the amplifier.
Yes.
We won't be playing it through the amplifier on the show now. There will be another episode where I'll be doing, obviously, some demos on this. Junior will be the one tonight to get to play it first. So I'm just going to hide any manuals that you may see here. All right, here we go. All right. Just toss this box on the floor. Pretend you want to take it?
Yeah.
Okay, just put it off to the side there if you can.
I'll just put it down here.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, for the moment of truth.
You know what? We're going to do this for a second. Let's hide it as much as we can. Actually, you know what? We can't hide this. What do we think we got here?
It is her.
We have it. It has landed in all its glory.
And I'm going to be one of the first people to plug it through the...
You're going to be the first person to play it through the studio here as well, too. And let's have a look.
Oh!
Oops, I already got my first ding in it.
Yeah, let's make it a Frankenstein.
Oh, no dings. Serial number 157. So if you had serial number 20, that's pretty awesome. So this is number 157.
What's that mean?
Just lower numbers in production. So the one fellow that was saying he had 20, his was like the 20th off the lot.
I actually didn't know in between the little thing right here is
The actual star stickers.
I
I'll
didn't
try to show you that
actually know
again.
that.
So there we go. And it's a satin finish, which is just absolutely to die for. A lot of people complain about it, and I think that is one of the stronger selling points. People complain about the headstock. I love the headstock. It's a tribute. It's an homage. People argue about those words, tribute, homage, whatever. I love it. I have no problem with that headstock at all. Yeah, you may see it. Yeah, just don't bang it like I did. Got it?
Nope. I mean, if we ding it again, we can probably make it into like a Frankenstein or something.
Absolutely love the guitar.
Yeah.
I played it for a little bit in the store, and it's slinky as heck. Like I wailed on this guitar. I will tell you honestly.
It is too.
It's super slinky. It's really, really nice.
Do you mind if I try it out?
You can go take it back there and try it for a little bit. Don't plug it into the amplifier or anything like that at the moment. But there we go. We got the 5150 Stripe series. I am thrilled with this thing. I got to thank the source, mikesmusiconline.com, a phenomenal dealer, sponsor of the show, and truly blessed to have Mike as part of the show. We had great discussions today. And, he's happy with the show. I'm happy with him. And I'm going to work very hard to bring some business Mike's way. And for anybody that's looking for any EVH gear, whether you're Canadian, American, overseas, whatever, we're looking for anything from the line, from the entry-level standards to the specials to the USAs, the full stripe series, as you see with this one here. I was lucky this one just came in yesterday. He was out of stock, but he's got more coming in. Okay, who is that? Wants to know. Okay, wants to know how long Junior and I have been playing. I've been playing for about 30 years. He's been playing for how long?
I started playing since when I was 2.
Yeah, so he's 11 now. So 9 years old. If he's been playing for about 9 years, he started on drums and then gravitated to guitar and keyboards and things like that down the road.
I got my latest instrument I've been getting into is either kind of bass and recorder.
Mm-hmm. So he's more of a multi-instrumentalist than I am, but he's a very inspiring kid. And I think it was a very special moment today. It was a very special moment for me for several reasons. And this is the non-selfish me saying that I got to invite a friend over from Michigan to be part of this. I brought my son with me to be part of this. Not too many people get to play that guitar. Like I say, there's 300 in the world. Not this one I'm talking about, but the limited edition one. And it was fun for all of us. We're going to really live in the moment for a little bit. And like I say, you'll really enjoy the video we recorded and the GoPro in the car on the way down. And we even mic'd up the whole inside of the car was mic'd up. So it should be some good audio. Thank you, Rode. We did some great stuff in the studio with we had boom mics, the whole works. I mean, in the store, customers were hanging on, watching every word. It was really, really cool. We were there for, would you say, like probably 5-6 hours?
Yes.
Yeah, it was 5-6 hours in the store, just hanging. It was great. Scary Groove is asking what pickup is in the 5150. That's the Wolfgang pickup. So it's a pretty high output pickup and my personal favorite pickup of all the guitars that I have. So that's another reason why I kind of zone out when I play that guitar. I'm going to flip back a few comments here. So I did see that comment. So there you go. About how long we've been playing from It Is. Let me see here. So, okay, good. So It Is says, I'm subscribing and how long? So there we go. We answered the question. And thank you for subscribing. I greatly appreciate that. There's been some good growth over the past week. Obviously having some contests, help and things like that. I'm giving away the Pinnacle Deluxe Peddle. And that's obviously been a hot button on the show. And let me see here. Who else we got as well? So Insomniac Matt, Sean Kearns was intrigued. Insomniac Matt says, I like Telecasters that don't give a giant baseball bat for a neck. Agreed. Spanky McAllister says hi, Eric. Pierce Thomas says, hey, Eric, ever consider playing a V? I like Vs a lot. And
I do.
Yeah, he does for sure. And he's probably going to get an Epiphone V in the distant near future just because they're a little bit more affordable. We are both a huge fan. Thanks to him, a fellow by the name of Jeff Wooten. You have to look him up. He's a British fellow. He's currently right now playing for the Gorillaz. And he's kind of a hero to both of us right now. He's not like with the Gorillaz, you don't get a chance to shred on guitar, but he has a very nice collection of guitars, and I respect him greatly because he plays a lot of Fenders. He's got some Mustangs, Jaguars, Stratocasters. He may have a Tele or so in his rig, but he also plays a Gibson V for certain songs, and he plays those very nice eclectic Eastwood and Airline guitars. Kind of a neat conversation piece, and so does the bass player in that band. When he plays the Eastwood, the bass player will play that as well to match, and he's kind of become a new guitar hero of mine. And you don't have to be a shredder to be a guitar hero. If you make the person want to buy a guitar or just want to take a picture of that guitar player when they're playing, he's got some rock star guitar hero caliber. So we're a fan of him. Long story short, he plays a V for certain songs, and it's got some pizzazz to it. So that'd be the next guitar on his list. We looked at that one signature series at the local music store, that black and gray one. It was a nice guitar, the Gibson V, Epiphone V. Let me see here. So Pierce Thomas says, yeah, the V. We answered that. We answered the question about how long.
I love this guitar.
Mike himself says, hey, Eric, I'm from Chicago. Been to Toronto, great city, almost a sister city. If you're ever in Chi-Town, hit me up. I will do that for sure. I will try to make notes of some of the friends and fans that participate in the show here. And if I'm ever in those cities, I'll try to mark some of these people's names down and reach out through Facebook and different things like that and find out where we can meet up. Awesome.
I accidentally hit the headstock against the couch, but
it's all good?
Yeah.
That's good. All right. We don't want to ding it the first night, and I already put one little bump into it, but we're so far so good. The night's still young though. Poison Ivy Gross here says
any bumps.
Good. She says eek, so she's happy about the guitar. She's upstairs right now, so she hasn't even seen the guitar yet. So I was very happy to get home and see her too. I do not like being away from my baby, that's for sure. And by babies, I'm not talking about the guitars. I'm talking about my beautiful baby up there. Yeah, she hasn't been the best, so she's upstairs right now. So go up and see her and bring up the guitar for her soon to see. But you trust me, before I came into the studio and I got back, I rushed up to see her before I came to see any guitar. So the goes to show you priorities.
This guitar actually kind of matches my shirt.
It does. It's got some of the same stripe motif for sure.
It's got like red, white, and black.
Sean Kern says yes. Steve Anderson says yes. Priz46 says wow, nice. Nice, yes, says it is. Lick Mac says awesome. Insomniac Matt says, man, that Truss Rod location looks like a pain to get to. Actually, no. The Truss Rod location, it could not be easier to get to. It's just like the Wolfgang. It's at the bottom. In case you're thinking it was up at the top, it's at the bottom, just like the Wolfgang's. It could not be easier, actually, to get to. Just a matter of taking a 3mm wrench. Actually, not a 3mm wrench. I shouldn't say that. 3mm is what you use for the locking nuts. Bring it here for 1 second, if you don't mind. There you go. All right. So when needed, it's right here. It couldn't be easier, actually, to get to. Pop in your wrench, pop, and you got it. So very, very easy to get to. Let me see here. Where did I leave off on that one? I'm not a fan of Jackson guitars headstocks. Yeah, it's everyone's got their preference, right? And I'm not really a fan of Telly headstocks. I don't really like the narrow Telly style. That's why I commented on the Charvel one that he was talking about. It was the Charvel Telecaster style Floyd Rose with the Strat headstock, and to me that really spoke to me. I like that one. He had a couple San Dimas's there as well too. I mean, I could have brought a couple of those home. And I looked at them. They had the neon orange kind of and kind of a neon pink one, and they work out to be about the same price as this thing here. And I really thought about 2 guitars. I would have given him one, but we'll share this one here and there. Let him play it. And this one says play me. It just screams play me. So that's why this guitar came home. And I've been waiting since I played this one. You guys got to see me play this at NAMM. I was one of the first people from NAMM to debut this guitar, and that video is done very, very well on the channel. I think it's just hit like somewhere around 30,000 some odd views, so that's done very, very well. And the minute I touched it at NAMM, I knew this was a guitar that I wanted. The satin finish was great. It's just awesome. It's going to be the #1 guitar for sure. Let's go down to some more comments. So yeah, we answered the question on the playing. Stumler VH says killer. Priz46 says so awesome. Let me see here. Steve Anderson says, Mr. Broadbent, the MXR volume knob is not a screw-in. I was surprised by that, so I upgraded it. Okay, not a screw-in, right? Yeah, I know what you mean by the like on the side with the thread. If that's what you're referring to, yeah, that's kind of neat. So that actually there's no slipping and things like that. And that's one thing I want to do with all my standards as well too. His standard, my standard. I want to change the volume and tone knobs on those things just because they're not as nice as the special. They're a little bit more of a sharper point.
I love this guitar.
Me too. You're going to be the first one playing it in about 15 minutes when we jump off the air. It's been busy, and I got to get back to work here for my home business tomorrow, and then a show on Friday night with Pixie Lick. So not a lot of time, and there's a lot of work to make this stuff happen. So I'll have to get to that right away too. Photos to edit and video to edit as well. You're going to love the video. It's a really good little mini documentary. And Neil Banbury says, Priz46 says, congrats. Thank you very much. It means a lot to me. And you guys' support of this channel goes a long way. I mean, it helps me continue to do this. It gives me the passion to continue to do this, bringing new gear in to show and debut with you guys, do demos for you guys, and the feedback I've received from you on a lot of the demos has been very rewarding. That lets me know that you appreciate what I do, and I don't do it to hear my voice. I can sit around here and talk about other things and hear my voice. I like to share content with you and be a helpful source and learn with you in a lot of cases. Let's continue on with some of the comments as well too. Neil says I need to get a Steinberger in my collection someday. That would be very, very cool. I played a few Steinbergers, never owned one, and if I'm going to get one, I want to get a good one for sure. Mike Ray's give me the P symbol. We answered the question from Scary Groove about the pickup, and I scrolled too fast. I always do that. I know we're going to find it. Let me see. Where do we leave off? Okay, so we get the pickup. Okay, I've been looking into recording. Any tips? It is. Yes, look up. Do me a favor. You can take it?
Yeah.
Okay, just be careful. Don't bump it.
I won't bump it. That's
okay,
sure.
All right. I give you some great tips for recording, and not from me. One of my good friends runs a channel called Home Recording Made Easy. I think that's it. Or is it Home Recording Made Simple? No, it's Home Recording Made Easy. Look it up on YouTube. You will be very, very, very pleased. He does great webcasts. He does webcasts like I do but what he does is does tutorials on, plugins for their home recording, and has simple setups, advanced setups. He usually has industry guests that teach you to get the best of your recording units. Look him up and thank me later. If I can offer any of my advice, just invest in a couple microphones, to mic your amps and things like that. If you're not into all that kind of stuff, with a small investment, you can purchase, modeling software. I'm a big fan of Positive Grid. I represent their products on the show here quite a bit. You can pick up some things there, very entry level as well, and you can have every kind of amplifier you want at your fingertips, and you don't have to invest in cabinets and big amplifiers, and all you need is a good interface. Spend $100 on an interface minimum, and you're off to the races, and $100 to $200 on some software, and you're off to the races. That's my tips on recording. My last tip on recording is just do it. Don't be intimidated by it. Get in there and record as fast as you can and as often as you can, because the more you say, okay, I'll do it tomorrow, you're not going to do it, and your best songs you could have ever written will not be written. So, and I need to practice my own words of advice sometimes.
Wisdom.
What's that? No, not wisdom, because I'm not a wise person. I'm not going to say wisdom, and that would be too cocky for me to say that. My own words of advice. So I need to practice what I preach sometimes. But do that, okay? And look up home recording made easy, and you'll be very thankful. Let me see here. Mr. Broadbent, I put an 84 Floyd on it with a 37mm brass block. Just my preference, as the old whammy bars are closer to the body, which I prefer. Yeah, I have a 90-ish, early 90s on the standard, which is cool, but it was giving me some grief with the D-Tuna. So what I did is I kind of, I will use a polite term, I married two bridges. I took the 90s German Floyd Rose with the Floyd Rose Special. So the only thing that is Floyd Rose Special on that bridge is the plate. Now people are going to say, well, that's kind of the meat and potatoes of the bridge.
It's not a food video.
I know, not a food video. But it's not, because all the saddles were all the German, real chrome or real, solid steel. Much better, and there's no binding with the D-Tuna. So that's what I've done with that too. But there's going to be some Futone product going into this 5150 stripe right away. So I'll be in touch with Adam tomorrow. Adam, we need some product, and do the upgrade video on that one as well too. Mike Palermo, everyone. So Mike is mentioning Mike Palermo, and Mike is a great guy. I love him to death already. We felt like we were brothers for years today, and that is a good sign. And he's a no BS guy too. He can see, good people, bad people, everything. We hit it off right away. So I'm thrilled. He was great to little Eric. He was great to Darren, his staff he had there as well, and customers were awesome. I know I'm rambling, but I'm on cloud 9 today, and what do? I could have just enjoyed this without going live. I want you guys to see this, and I want to share back with you. I'd let you guys all borrow this guitar and put it in passing rotation, but I would never get a chance to play it. So I'll try to let you live through the show a little bit, and we'll do lots of videos on it, I promise. See if I'm missing any other comments. I know there's we've got a bunch of people watching, which is really cool for this crazy hour on a Wednesday, which I normally don't do shows. Who's to say what's regular anymore? Fridays are regular shows, and I'm realizing, I did a show on Tuesday, and I think someone made a comment about that too. I hope I didn't miss it. Someone mentioned about Mark Kendall somewhere. I'll try not to miss it. Sean Kern says EPVs are great. I have a black and white 67 reissue, very, very nice. Our friend Quentin James, and that's good. Congrats on that guitar. Quentin James says, hey y'all, Frank McNeil, that Snow Falcon is beautiful V. Okay, so it is 13. He says I'm 13. Pierce Thomas says, Eric, trust me, the Jackson JS32V is insane. Okay, I will look at that, and thank you very much for the recommendation. I appreciate that, and it's nice. I would prefer myself, to be honestly, to stay within the Fender umbrella. Of course, they don't care if I play other guitars as well, but obviously that's my gig here is to promote the Fender brand, and I would much rather stay in that wheelhouse. So if that's the case, we'll look at some Jackson V's for sure.
Jackson what?
Jackson V's.
Ah.
Yeah. Frank McNeil says, Pierce, agreed, those are nice too. Spanky McAllister says, guitar looks awesome. I also love the Palermo guitars from Mike's Music. Darren played one today, was great. It was kind of like the San Dimas style, and it's on his website. I forget the actual model of it. It's the Palermo model of like a banana yellow and fully relict. I regret not playing that when Darren played it, and I think I've got some pictures of him playing it, maybe video, I'm not sure. He just smoked on that guitar. He said it played like $1 million. And Mike has built guitars for Nikki Sixx, a lot of really famous celebrities, and they love his stuff. So There's people that can choose to play anybody's guitars, and in this case, they've chosen Mike's. So, I'm not trying to sell it. You go look and see what these things are like. And Darren will tell you too, what the thing played like $1 million. So awesome. So I agree with you, Spanky. There you go. Mike himself says, haha, happy wife, happy life. I could not agree. I want her to be happy, and when she's happy, life is great. And I do my best around here to do that. As you people know that watch the show, it's a very tight family here. And we're very protective of one another. When you get the odd time, you get some trolls that come through and they eat anything but positive. Even if positive turns slightly negative, the family we're there. We got each other's back, and you guys are family too. And that's what's really cool about it. That's why that crap doesn't happen on this show, because you guys are great.
Road.
Put the mic up to you.
Yeah, I know. Road. I don't know if you sent us something wrong, but apparently this possessed Rode microphone keeps on coming towards my face.
Oh, it's nothing to do with the microphone. That's a really bad mic stand. That's a mic stand I've had with my band for years. When I retired from the band, I got rid of just about all my extra stuff. I kept a bunch of mic cables, thank goodness, but I got rid of almost all mic stands, and that's the last one, and that's a haunted mic stand. So it's just got a bad clasp or whatever in it, so it will spin. So that's not Rode's fault. So Rode, it's all good. Okay, it's not Rode. Cool. And 50 lashes for you. Mike has himself, so happy life, happy wife, that's right, or vice versa. Timothy Pierce says, hey Eric, Poison Ivy, and congratulations on the 5150. Thank you very much. It's going to probably be a little bit of a late night tonight. I knew I was going to be bringing this guitar home today, so I was up late last night, and it was kind of like Christmas Eve, and I imagine it's going to be like Christmas Day Eve here in the house again tonight. He's going first. I'm going to go get a nice cold drink of refreshment here shortly. I'm literally dying in this office right now. It's like I can't even tell you the temperature. It's hotter than heck. So I need a refreshment. He'll play, and then I'll come and play.
I love this guitar song.
I know you do, and you're gonna do well. You played good on it today.
Yes.
And then Insomniac Max says, I thought you had to take off the neck to adjust the truss rod. Nope. So you saw it just like the Wolfgangs. It's basically like the same setup as the Wolfgang. So it has been playing for 2.7 years. More power to you. I want to hear from you when next year when you've been playing for 3.5 years, and I want to hear from you again on this show when you've been playing for 5. And hopefully this show's going in 10 years from now, and I want to hear from you in 10 years and tell me how you're doing and show me how you're doing. More power to you. Keep playing that guitar. Access Mario, we're just talking about you today, buddy, and all good as well too. Very, very nice. He's saying, hey Eric, senior and junior, and hey Sandra Lee, hope you're doing all right. And Mario and I have to catch up on phone calls soon. We've been promising each other to do that, so Mario, we'll do that very soon, whatever your schedule meets. I'm anxious to chat with you. We chat through social media here and there, but we every once in a while we'll have phone calls. And Mario's a good dude, and I got to live through some of your vacation photos, Mario. So that was very, very cool. I'm very envious of your trip. I won't say where you went. I'll keep that kind of private, but I got to enjoy some of those photos. Very, very nice, and thank you for sharing with your friends and fans. There he goes. I know someone mentioned Mark Kendall. So Timothy Pierce says, great to see Mark Kendall. I had a really good really good show with him. I think Mark was an incredible guest. I felt it was one of the better shows. I got off the air last night, and what I do every show, the minute I get off the air, I go see the baby upstairs, and I say, was it good? And I don't think I've done a good show until she says it was a good show. And she said, yeah, it was a great show. Mark really liked it. Got good feedback from him. One of the kindest, like I posted on Facebook today, one of the most kindest gentlemen in the business. Egos checked at the door, like he says. He can shred with the best, but he chooses not to always shred. He's all about the song. He carried the show last night. I couldn't have said anything better about how that went last night. We had some good fan questions, good interaction, and he's a guy that's all about the fans. But doing this documentary while they recorded the album, how much would we love to see Van Halen do that? I mean, how much would we absolutely love and get out our credit cards to even fund that thing? To get, we'd all probably take out our credit cards and do a Indiegogo type of a thing, crowdfunding thing to support that. Guys, when you record your next album, film it. Wolfgang, if you're listening, put some cameras up in the studio. I'm sure the Van Halen fans will even pay for it. We need that kind of stuff. But Mark Kendall did that. And he didn't do it for himself. He didn't do it for an extra buck, because it comes when you buy the album. You get that as a digital download or digital content with it. So it's for the fans, and that is way cool. I try to portray that here with the show. It's all about the fans here. All about the fans. If I didn't care about fans, I'm not opening boxes of stuff on the show to show off. I'm like, guys, let's live through this. We all like to unbox things together, and you'll get to see me doing some demos and stuff like that. I'm rambling way too much. You can tell I'm wound up like a top, and I'm very excited. And I've only had 2 coffees today. So that's pretty good. Let me see here. What have I missed? I know we're getting close. So yeah, we talked about Mark Kendall.
This is Bendy.
And Poison Ivy's saying thanks to people that are wishing her best to at least get through her problems that she has right now, physical problems. Not necessarily, we don't necessarily say they're going to get better, but she's learning to adapt to them. So we're very thankful for that, and that's and you guys and girls support on the show have been a huge catalyst. I did a video about a month back where I was just kind of letting people know. I finally come out and said, here's what she has and things like that, and it was amazing the outpouring of support that she had. So it goes to show you that each person here in this family are as important to you as the guests on the show, and it's great. So thank you from the bottom of my heart.
You know what we should do?
What's that?
It'd be interesting to do on your store. You could sell some type of merch, like a T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can, possibly, it would be. I think it would be a unique idea for people to buy.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of spread the word, like pray for Poison Ivy or something like that.
We can do
an awareness T-shirt.
Yeah, we can do something like that. Yeah, we'll talk to Mom about it and see how comfortable she is with that. But it's a good thought. Thank you, buddy. And that's very kind from the heart kind of sentiment as well too. Let me see here. It says, I love the guitar. Access Mara says, Eric, sir, I owe you a call soon. Yeah, I just mentioned that for sure. Yeah, we'll do that. And we've got each other's number. Beak Tor says, yo. Spanky McAllister, I like the Mark Kendall show as well. Thank you. Really enjoyed that. It was fun, a lot of fun. And a lot of times, this might sound weird me saying this, but sometimes I don't take in what comes in from the guests at the same time, because I'm running a lot of things to make the show happen. I'm making sure there's no train wrecks with technology. I'm running a couple of computers at the same time to make sure everything goes smooth, and I'm not tasking my already fairly powerful computer. So I'm worried about anything going wrong. So sometimes when some things are said, I don't get to take it all in. Sometimes I'll watch a few minutes of the show back. I never watch the shows back in their entirety because it's just, I don't get the time to do that. I barely have time to do the show, let alone watch it back. But I'll fast forward to the points. I'm like, oh, that's when Mark said this. And it's really cool. So I have to kind of take it in a second time to appreciate it in its full extent. I get to kind of be a fan after the show, if that makes any sense. Because I'm a fan of that guest. I just don't get to enjoy it as much while I'm pushing all the buttons. So very cool. Thank you. Curtis Murata says, sweet congrats. Jamie Humphreys says, sick, so cool. Jay Humphreys has an awesome guitar as well too. It's in our gallery. You got to check out the Wolfgang Stealth. That's got the flames, red, white, and black striped flames. It's in the gallery of fans things. I might as well mention that right now as well too. Facebook.com/EVH Gear TV, and just down a little bit, you'll see a post of a fans gear gallery. If you want to submit some of your guitars that I can show on the Facebook page, and occasionally, I can't do it every show. I didn't do it last night with Mark Kendall because I have to actually ask my guests to stay on for an extra couple minutes and show the gallery, and I don't want to rob them of their time. I will do it from time to time with guests, and whenever I do live demos and things like that, I guarantee you I'll show that, but I'll just show off your gear, your stuff. All I ask is that you watermark it, so you get credit for it. So if it's, Bob James owns the guitar, I want you to just in big letters somewhere on the graphic, or on the photo, just put Bob James. So when your name comes up, you can say that's your guitar, and people know it's your guitar, and you get credit for it. If I didn't care, I wouldn't say that. Just say, send me your pictures and I'll put them up. I want you guys to have credit for it, okay? And if you don't have graphics editing software, there's all kinds of different ones you can, download as trialware and things like that. Even Microsoft Paint, before it gets killed, go knock yourself out. Or there's programs out there, shareware. I'm not condoning downloading illegal software. You did not hear that here, but there's shareware and trial programs that you can try and pop on. There's always graphics editors out there. You can put your name on a graphic. Send it to me, info@evhgeardiscussion.com. And I hate to say the word EVH Gear Discussion, but it is what it is. I still own that email. So info@evhgeardiscussion.com. Send me your graphic with your watermark on it, and I'll be more than happy to feature it on the Facebook page and the show here. And I prefer to focus on the EVH brand, but if you've got a striped guitar you built yourself, and you got maybe like a cool Marshall with some Eddie Van Halen pedals, I don't care what it is. If you got a Van Halen themed collection of gear, send it to me, and I'll share it on there, and then you can in turn share it with your friends and stuff like that too. And it's great. It's a win-win for both of us. Continue on here as well too, and I'm going to be wrapping up right away. It is getting late. It's 11:12 here.
It's also getting very freaking hot.
It's really hot in here. I'm going to be cranking. I have a nice fan right beside me here, but it makes so much noise. And so we're going to treat ourselves to the fan when we go off the air. And I think Junior's lost about 4 pounds. I've lost about 6 already.
I've lost about 80.
Yeah, you're going to be floating on air.
Wait a minute. If I've lost 80, that means I would only have 20 pounds.
Yeah, you're going to be less than the guitar in a minute. Where did I leave off? Okay, so Lewis E says, okay, let's go back. Brad says, awesome guitar, Eric, she's a beauty. Lewis E says, can you describe the neck feel a little bit? I'm curious, it feels like a Wolfgang or different?
I guess I can explain this for you.
Yeah, you please, go ahead, please.
I can feel things and I can smell things. I like the smell of the guitar as well.
Yeah, make sure you're talking to the mic.
Yes. It actually is a very smooth neck. I kind of said this before, kind of like how Howie he won the blue Wolfgang, right? Mm-hmm. It kind of does have that nice kind of smooth feeling. No,
Mike did oil that neck today too.
Oh,
but it still is a very nice satin finished neck.
It has a really nice feel to it. You could say it's like a Wolfgang.
Yeah. I would say, Bud, where I think it fits, and you tell me if I'm correct on this or if you think I'm close to it. I think it's kind of halfway between the Wolfgang and the traditional stripe series, like the red, white, black, the black and white, and the Bumblebee. I think.
I think you're kind of saying that because it kind of fits in with it.
The feel of it. I mean,
I don't really.
You don't feel that?
I don't feel that. I mean, it's kind of hard to say that because the people who designed it. Designed the Wolfgang have the neck kind of different from the others. Mm-hmm. I guess they probably did that on accident because every wood's different on the neck.
I think it's good that we disagree. It's good that we disagree because you're seeing one you're seeing one thing in the neck and I'm seeing another. And I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying he's wrong. And 9 times out of 10, I'm wrong and the family's right here in the house. So more than likely he's probably right. But what it feels like to me, you asked me for my first initial opinion. It feels like somewhere a nice comfort zone between the Wolfgang and the Stripe series. And one of the things I've developed recently, and like the standards are my favorite guitars, the purple one, transparent purple is probably my favorite playing guitar in the house. And I have many more expensive guitars other than that one. But I'm finding the profile of the neck is starting to hurt me in this area. Nothing wrong with the guitar. It's just me and getting old and next thing to arthritis or whatever. But the comfort zone for me on the Stripe series is there, and that neck as well is very, very comfortable. I get no finger fatigue or anything like that. So hopefully that long-winded answer gives you a bit better of an answer, and I'll give you a very thorough, in-depth review of everything from the volume knobs to the hardware to the sound to the tuners to everything in a very soon upcoming review. So expect a heavy-duty, in-depth review on that. Tonight was just more fun to unbox. We'll be wrapping up here momentarily. I'm sure you're tired of hearing me ramble, and probably I'm like a politician right now. I'm not really giving answers. I'm giving more questions to your questions. I hope I'm doing okay. I know I'm going to mess up some questions here. So there you go. That was from Lewis.
We're gonna have a heat stroke. That's why
I know. We'll be wrapping up in a moment. Jay Humphrey says, Eric Jr., that looks good on you, bud.
Oh, thank you.
It is. Thanks for the tips. You're more than welcome. I didn't provide much, but if one little tidbit works, I'm happy that I was able to help.
Just to let everyone know, this is my guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Yeah, you almost caught me from not listening to you. You almost caught me. You're not. No, that's not your guitar.
No, it's Dad's.
Raymond says, "Hey guys, enjoy the show. Thank you. I appreciate that." Pierce Thomas says they're really affordable as well. And Steve Anderson says, Mr. Broadman, I ordered my EVH 5150 guitar the day after Winter NAMM, January 23rd, 2017. Probably explains the low serial number. They must do it by when ordered. Very well could be. And when they're on a back-ordered situation, you're obviously waiting for more supply being transferred from the manufacturing facility to the shipping and then off to that. So that's, you were lucky when you got an order in for sure. And what did I say my serial number was on that one? Can you read it?
I think it was like 127.
Yeah, 127 or 117.
Where would it be?
Maybe the last 3 digits.
157.
Oh, 150. So it's a little higher, but that I can live with that. Under 200, I'm quite happy with that. So I'm quite happy with that. I can't complain. So congrats on you, Steve. That's great. Let me see. I hate it when I do that. I scroll and there we go. We got Sam joining us too. I can't. That's great. It's nice to always see Sam jump in. Let me see here. Mr. Music says, I see a future mic stand unboxing video coming soon. Yeah. Need some more mic stand unboxings. And the cool thing is, what I'm going to start doing too on some of my shows when I'm doing some performance videos, I love this. I mean, I love the Rode microphones. Everything I use here is Rode, but I'm going to start doing, it's going to, like, this gets in my way when I want to play guitar and then reach the mixer and then reach stuff on effects and stuff. Thanks, bud. So I'm going to wear my Rode wireless lapel mics. And the cool thing about that is I can just reach to my belt and push the mute button and turn off my vocal mic while I'm playing, and that doesn't bleed through the amplifier and vice versa. So that's going to be cool. But yeah, I need some more mic stands. So mic stands, who is the best companies out there? Same some names and we'll go approach them. No, Rode doesn't really do that. They do more of the boom arms like I have here in the studio.
That would still work.
No, it's good, but we need some across, on the floor like that as well too.
Well, actually, how about this road? That's an idea.
Hey, there you go. Road makes some more mic sense. There you go. Awesome. Let me see. If you want to jump out, get some cool air, feel free.
Yeah, I need to.
He's gonna die. It has been saving up for money for a home studio. Only have $10. Yeah, well, that's a start. Put it aside and do some chores around the house. Talk to the parents. It all comes in time, and it'll be worth it when you get it as well too. Especially saving your own money for it, you're gonna really appreciate it as opposed to someone buying it for your parents or whatever, and you'll appreciate it and enjoy it much more. I know some of the first things I bought with my own money, like buying my own first Sony Walkman, that cost me $500 or $600 when those first things come out. I treated that thing like gold. It was my baby, and I really appreciate it because I earned it. I worked in the corn, as a little kid, and it sucked, but I appreciated it in the end, and I guess that's what my point was. Sam 5150 is joining. Says, "Rad, Sam. I always love seeing you on the show. A very dear friend. Thank you, buddy." Where is Mike's? Oh, Mike's music is in Thorold, Ontario. It's kind of just like I said earlier. It's 15 minutes. I guess. I don't want to say south, I guess would be west, maybe, of Niagara Falls, 15 minutes away from Niagara Falls. And Niagara Falls is absolutely beautiful. It was a great time of the year to go there today. We literally spent the least amount of time people had ever spent in Niagara Falls, but we got to go to see the falls. I showed Darren the falls. Darren Moore is a good friend, and took pictures of all of us, got pictures at the falls, and a tiny little bit of video, doing some selfie videos. So we'll share that in the documentary that we did today. I think it's going to be a fun documentary. Documented everything in the car, out of the car, in the store, outside, all that kind of good stuff. So mikesmusiconline.com. It's simple enough, and you'll find it from there. Let me see here. Timothy Beers, okay, gotta walk my dog. Bye, see you later. Keep the great shows coming. I promise I'll do that, Timothy. And I promise to all of you that take time out of your week, once a week, sometimes 2 or 3 times a week, that I will work very hard to earn your return visit. I'm blessed to have you watch me once, and I'm blessed beyond belief to have you come back a second time. That's why I try very, very hard, and hopefully my rambling won't scare you away and not make you come back. I get lost for words sometimes just because you guys mean so much to me. So that's my excuse for that. But I'll work hard to keep you coming back. Trust me, very hard. If it wasn't for you guys, I would just say autopilot and just play some videos. It doesn't work that way, and you guys don't want that, and you expect more than that. So that's what you'll get. Poison Ivy says, have a great night. I'm going to say goodbye to you all as well too. I'm just going to get to the bottom of this chat. I'm going to let you all go, and you guys have been more than kind to me to stay this long with me already. Way too long. Spank McCaster says, we love you, Poison Ivy, and that is true. I think we all do here. She's a big part of the show. She is a huge part. She is the show. You don't see her on the show, and one of these days you will. But she is the reason the show exists, and she's the reason the show will continue to exist, and she's the backbone of the show. Plain and simple. I can't take credit for what it is. I just push buttons and have a mustache. And there you go. But she's the nucleus of this show, and I'm very supportive. I was bragging about her at the music store today. I was saying how special she is and how blessed I am to have someone like that in my life. And you guys all know that. So that's the story. And I'll always stick to it because it's from the heart. Let me see here. Insomniac Matt says, I can't believe I'm turning 26 on Friday. With birthday money, I should get new strings. It's been way too long since I restrung my guitars. Happy early birthday, and I'm going to do my very best to remember that. Poison Ivy, make a note, Insomniac Matt, just so because I don't have a pen handy at the moment, and I'll do my very best to give you a special shout out on Friday. I hope that will be noted. Insomniac Matt, birthday on Friday, be 26 years old, so I hope you get spoiled. I hope your family, your loved ones, or friends and family go nuts on you, and even if they don't, happy birthday to you, and a great one from everyone here at EVH Care TV. I'm sure we all express that sentiment for sure. So great. Let me see here. Blauman, greetings from hot Seattle. Congratulations on your new act. So cool. You can enjoy it with your son. Yeah, and like I said, he's out there chilling in the probably 15 to 20 degree cooler weather in the living room. I'm going to go out and change some shorts and get rid of my striped shoes I'm wearing right now and get into some bare feet maybe. Let him play and shred on the axe a little bit. I promised him to be the first one. And it takes a lot of restraint to do that. But I have a very, very cool kid. I want to be showing off on this thing and playing back there right now and enjoying it. But I love my kid, and my kid, little Eric Jr. and Sandra Lee here, Poison Ivy, are way more important in my life than my gratification with gear and stuff like that. They come first, and they always will. So there you go. And I'm not looking for a merit badge on that. That's just the way it is around here. So hot Seattle. It's hot here, man. It's a nice idea. Access Mars says, thanks for the shout out, Eric. Congrats on the 5150. I'll call you soon. Have a great night. Thank you, buddy. Poison Ivy, no shirts, laugh out loud. Thanks, though, son. Tone Bolt says, it goes both ways. You give me a boost. You all give me a boost. Thank you all. Now, I'm not sure what you meant here, and maybe you made a spelling error. What's your thoughts on destroy? I'm not sure what that word is, so maybe there's kind of a spelling error, maybe on distortion. I think that's maybe what it meant to say. Maybe clarify if you're still here. I'm not sure what you meant by that. Don Smith, are you going to say it sounds different if you're talking about this guitar? I don't think so. I don't think it's going to sound much different. To me, it's going to sound a lot like the Wolfgang. It's just going to be a fun factor. And I use that word. I haven't used that word a lot on the show. Fun factor. It's just a fun factor. It's going to have a Wolfgang sound. I know what it sounds like. I played it today through a 5150 at the store. So no, I'm not going to say it sounds any different. I'm going to say I'm probably going to play a little different, and I'm going to be in a different mindset when I play it, because it's a different guitar. It's got, when you look at this thing, you just feel Eddie Van Halen, and you're in a happy mood. It's your happy place when you play these kind of guitars. And that may sound silly. That's just my opinion. My opinion means nothing. It's just my opinion. But so no, it's not gonna say sound the same, sound different, whatever. It's gonna sound like what it sounds like, and it's gonna be a happy place. I guarantee you that. And I played on it good today. I did not play good on the limited edition Frankie, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just didn't get in it was the cool factor of holding that guitar and touching that guitar and be able to play on it was something I'll never forget I'll take that to my deathbed. But I did not play my best. Darren, he played amazing on that guitar. So this one just put me in a place, but I'm going to remember the moment of holding that guitar for the rest of my life. And you can see I was happy in the picture on this thumbnail is holding that guitar. It was great. Okay, it is. I'm glad you have it already. JD Prime says your son is so lucky to have one. This one will be mine, but actually when I'm gone, when the day comes when I'm an old man and I'm ready to pass everything on, he's going to have all this stuff. This is all his to be inherited. So, and I always say, don't rush me out the door, but this is all yours when your dad is no longer around, and I'm hoping there's going to be a good few decades left in that. So I want to play his guitars for a little bit too. I share a lot with him too. We had Insomniac Matt says we had a thunderstorm earlier today, and then the temp dropped down to 15. We crossed some of that thunderstorm and got a bit of rain on the highway. We didn't really get the temperature drop though, which was strange, because usually when the rain comes in and stuff like that, it does bring it down a lot. So it's still hotter than heck. Not so much in the rest of the house. Just this thing it's so soundproofed and deadened in here. And it's a very old home, so it's all old, vintage. We're talking turn of the century wood. So it's insulated, and it gets warm in here. So when I do my shows, like I'm trying sometimes when I will switch to the guest camera, I'll be taking a towel and wiping my face down. It's that bad. So it is what it is. But I like that though. I'd rather be warm than cold, because when I play, I stumble when my fingers are cold. I'd much rather be sweating to death, dripping on my guitars, than cold and trying to put my hand on a hot coffee cup or something to warm my hands up. So there's pluses and minuses, or pros and cons is what I was trying to say with both of those things. You must not know what destroying is. Hi, what about bias? Okay, I honestly don't destroy. I destruct it. I don't know what that is. I'm sorry. Let me see here. Jay Humphrey says, love you guys. Thank you for everything. Now go get some cool air. I'm going to do that right now. It says it's hot in PA for me. Yeah, it's hotter than heck right now. I don't have a thermostat in here to tell me what it is. I just know it's hot. So listen, it's 11:26 Eastern Daylight Time. I'm sure I've been running probably later than 30 minutes. I'm sure it's been longer than that. I'm not worthy of your viewership for this long of a time just doing an unboxing. This is the end of the unboxing. I wanted to share it with you. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for supporting EVH Gear TV. And tell your friends, if you got a guitar player friend, it's not just about Eddie Van Halen. Here's how I'm going to close this show. There's some people that have a misconception about this show, that it's all about EVH Gear and it's all about Eddie Van Halen. Here's what it is, guys and girls. The common nucleus on this show is a love of Eddie Van Halen, and it's the nucleus. So when a guest comes on the show, 9 times out of 10, hey, tell me how Eddie Van Halen inspired you as a guitar player. Tell me how you think Eddie Van Halen inspired the world of manufacturers, from making amps, making guitars, making pedals. There's a lot of people in business today because of Eddie Van Halen. That's been said by many people, and Paul Riario from Guitar World was on the show. He said that exact same thing. And then we get right into the world of the guest. And then sometimes we circle back, well, Eddie Van Halen made me do this and inspired me to do this. So it's not just about Eddie Van Halen. So if you're not a fan of Van Halen and you think, well, your show's not for me, the show may still be for you because we talk about gear, we talk about everything, but there's a misconception that it's strictly Van Halen. So if you're new to the show or you have a friend that may be new to the show, tell them to come check it out. The worst thing you can do is spend 15 minutes of your life and maybe you don't like it and you take right off. And I would just be happy to have you for 15 minutes because I have a feeling, let's say 5 or 10 of you show up that are new, I have a feeling 2 or 3 of you might stay for a second and a third episode. And I will work hard to have you come back. And if I'm doing something wrong, I'll try to improve it. So long-winded thing, there's more to it than just the EVH. You wouldn't know it by this, but there's more to it. It's a connection and love of Eddie Van Halen. However, we talk about gear. We talk about everything else. So read between the lines a little bit on this show and look deep into it, and you're going to see there's a lot more to it than just that. And I promise I will give everything within my power to give you a great show, and I will continue to do that until I'm old and in a wheelchair. I'm going to just wrap it up here. Mike himself says, great channel. Thanks, Eric. Joseph Burt, good friend joining in, says, hi. Sorry all late. No problem. 51 minutes. I've been doing it. Okay, we got to get out of here before it's 60. It's too late. Oh, no, it can't be a 60-minute unboxing. Yeah, I'm going to turn into a Henning Pauly video here pretty soon. And I mean that in respect. I love that man. But his videos are long. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Henning rocks. It's over. Curtis Murata says, take care, everyone. Stop, says Joseph Burt. Rewind it back if you want to check it out. Some good stuff. And I'm going to start working on the video as soon as possible. I'm going to get a cold drink. I need some water, something fierce. Junior's going to get in here and rock out on the brand new, there you go, 5150. Check out Mike's Music online. Great customer service. Great dude. And, very happy to be working with them. All right, guys and girls, thank you so much. I bid you adieu. We'll see you on Friday, Pixie Licks, 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Some other good stuff to come soon. I'm going to turn it over to Little Man. He's going to tell us what he's playing, what his name is, not necessarily in that order, and we'll take it over there. We'll see you real soon. Rock and roll. Cheers.